Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that shit fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs a man, a septic. In this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
There we go, guys. Sorry I don't have my intro done yet. Still trying to learn how to do that, but I'm glad you're all here. That's the song I like to use. Love it. You know, it says everything it needs to say. And here we are. It's been a long, long time since I've streamed. So forgive me if I'm rusty. I had to take some time away to deal with some, family stuff. And when that was tied up and done with for the most part, I still wasn't ready to come back. So I was just hanging around chats, taking notes of things here and there. But now I feel like ready to just get back into it. The YouTube streets are as wild as ever. And that's why we're here today. Let me just say a quick hello to everyone. Let's see. Welcome, Victoria. Happy to have you. Solo writer. Let's see. Mocking. Always good to see you. Jean Marie, welcome. Hey, Lindsay. Welcome. And Kate the Great, welcome. So, you know what? Let me just tell you what the stream is going to be about. This is basically come about because of what I've seen within the newly formed anti-BJ community. That's what I call it, based on some of the behaviors I've seen from both subs, moderators, and creators. And I think it's worth talking about because what I'm seeing is people aren't really calling it what it is. It's not just people hating on Brittney. She literally has her own. Hey, Crown Rails. She literally has her own Anti-community. And anti-communities, if you're not familiar with them, are a whole different type of community. It's extremely toxic. The foundation of these, of these communities is pretty much hate. That's really what it is. So when I hear people want to say, like, let's be positive, let's spread positivity, I'm like, how are you going to spread positivity with a foundation of hate? That makes no sense. And I need people to stop saying stuff like that. Just stop. Just no, no bueno, no good. Call it what it is. It's the anti-BJ community, and I'm here to kind of like shed some light on my perspective of it. So I was just watching, the Good Millions, stream, and I had a format laid out for the stream, but then hearing the conversation they were having was a very good conversation, and it made me kind of shift how I wanted to start this. So I'm gonna start by this question. Now, I'm gonna take BJ and Katie out of it for a quick moment. Think about this. Have you ever been in communities where you see people who didn't like each other, but because they have a mutual dislike of each other, they all of a sudden start being in each other's chats, promoting each other, and being on each other's panels? Have you noticed that? I just in any community, it doesn't have to be the anti BJ or anti KG, but have you noticed that? I'm just curious. Okay, a lot of yeses. All right, now does it take you aback, or are you just thinking like, oh, maybe behind the scenes they've worked things out, or does it make you go, hmm? All right, a lot of yes. Mocking says all zero coping skills. Ash says yes, hate bonding has have been saying for years. Ash, I agree, but when it comes to anti communities, it's a little different, and I'll explain why. Promaril says no. I feel adults having a conversation needs to be had. Okay. Soup says I've watched in other sectors, so I expect most will. Community T says it shows me that people are looking for something to be a part of, even that means hate bonding. Community T, the anti-communities are like a cell working together. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. So what happens is the anti-communities are pretty much made up of a particular set of people, and typically it's either it's the detractors. They're made up of detractors, basically anti-community detractors. They're made up of former subscribers, former moderators, former co-collaborators as far as creators go. Those are all former supporters, meaning at one point the person that they're all going against, they all liked at one time, for the most part. But then you have a small group who have never liked the person that they're targeting, or you have what some of us like to call the vultures. Now, the vultures are the people who aren't really from the community, really have had no real ties to the community. They may have been around on their fringes, but not really involved. But they see like the money to be made, right? They see the money to be made, and then they jump on the train, the quote unquote hate train. Okay. Now, it's the vultures who tend to, from my experience, fan the flames because they see the money. In anti communities, let's be real, there is money to be made. But what people fail to realize is that the money's only made in the beginning of the antis for when it's first forming. So currently, the anti BJ community, is pretty new. It's pretty new. That's why there's a lot of focus on the money and the super chats and the PayPal and the cash of all the things, right? It's in its infancy. Unlike the anti KJ, which is pretty much defunct, disbanded, and we'll get into the reasons why. So can we all agree, like, for the most part, money and hate are the driving forces of these anti communities? Can we all agree to that? Stinson has the soup says, "Oh, the vulture circle." Yeah, they really did. I was like, "Oof, here we go." Community T, money is motivating, absolutely. Now, to take that one step further, as money is motivating, especially if it's the way to pay your bills. If you're on here and you make your money off of being an anti-channel, you're not going to want this to stop. You will find things in quotations to talk about. But again, we'll get into that later. Mocking says yes. Tipo says yes. Stinson Stinson says exactly. It's only about 8 months in. Still new. Exactly. I want to say, to give you context, the anti KJs, when I found them, I want to say I found the anti KJs, was it 2020, 2021? But I knew about Kitty Joy from Twitter and Facebook, but we'll leave that there. Mocking, stop spoiling the ending. Tivo says, I view YouTubers being so. They are. And the thing is, when you do that, think about it. When you go to work, say you go to work for 8 hours a day, right? You know what you're going to get paid. Now, as like a YouTuber, you have to make a certain amount of money per day, to make sure, your bills are paid, right? Now, take it one step further. Say someone gets a $10 super chat, right? Yes, they get a $10 super chat. Issue is there, though, they don't get all of that money. So out of that 10, what YouTube takes, what, 30, 35%? We'll say 30% just to keep it easy. So YouTube's taking 33, right? And then you have to take into account taxes. So you need to take account taxes. Like I said, taxes, take out another 333. So that creator, think about it. Yes, you see $10. Like, we the viewers see $10. But at the end of the day, the creator's only going to see like $3.33. But that's just, with super chats. Also, it works the same way with, memberships as well. So basically anything that goes through YouTube, not counting the, Cash Apps, PayPal, Venmos, because we don't see that. We can only go by what we see. All right, let's go up here. What's your in the sand? You think if you were sincere in their concerns in the beginning, I was. I'm gonna say yes. So what happens typically from what I've seen in antis is that a few are just calling out the creator's behavior because it's problematic. And I understand that. I agree with that. But what happens is when money becomes an overriding factor, when it becomes the goal, you have to keep it going. And the only way to keep it going is to keep finding things to talk about, which leads to nitpicking everything the person does. So you wind up stop talking about the behavior so much that you start focusing on their life, their kids, what's going on behind them, their looks, things of that nature. So some start good, but then they just lose their way. And money, they say, is the root of all evil. In this case, I'm going to say yes. Community, you must have been around for a while because this is exactly what happens. I'm mocking. I know you pretty much seen it all. Yes, Stinson. Yes, absolutely. Mocking media is either they turn on each other because of money or they turn on each other because of morals. Community, I'll be completely honest. 95% is because of money. Is that why they turn on each other? But then the other 5, the moral part, what happens is when you're a hive mind, which is typically what antis are, what happens is Once one person goes against the hive turns on them and either eats them or drives them out. It's one or the other. Business expenses, overhead price to pay you to have a platform. Yes. Okay. Oops, I'm missing. Thank you, Tripper. Welcome. Lacey says Clue is the ringleader. She controls everywhere, in my opinion. What they're cooking. Okay. Let's see. I think a lot of creators spend the money as fast as they can get it. Yes. So it causes them to have to continue because they want the money to continue to come in. Yes. Yep. Community's on it. And views, of course. It's hive mind and the group think mentality. Agreed. All right. Now I'm going to bring up some stuff I prepared, just some talking points. Let me get to them. Where'd y'all go? Here we go. And these talking points are just basic talking points, just to be able to have a conversation and move it along. And also, it's not to disparage, it's to compare and contrast, just so you understand that while these two creators may be similar, they have some vast differences. So let me start with sharing my tab really quick and share screen. And let's start with Brittney. All right, here we are. Now, this is Brittney's main channel. She does have a backup channel, her allegedly, in my opinion, with Brittney James. Now, Brittney currently has 19.5K subscribers with 109 videos, but truth be told, we know there's more because they're either private or some of the streams are private or deleted. No problem there. Now, here's where Brittney kind of struggles, and this is going to be the first talking point in this content, but I just wanted to show you her channel. And you scroll down, like, 400, 4,000, we know that's wrong. That's absolutely not. Earnings, we know, no. Let's just keep it moving. Now, I'm really mostly does lives, so we're going to go with the lives. Now, here is part of the problem. This is her true crime channel. And this is where people have from what I found in the beginning, the biggest issue was her true crime people did not think was good. I personally think it needs quite a bit of improvement to save it. The reason is when you are speaking on true crime, and from the cases I've seen her do, I want to say Kylie Rodney, Sebastian Rogers, who else did she do? I think she spoke on Summer Wells a little bit. The new Haro case. I apologize. I don't have the last name. When you have a channel like True Crime in itself, it's very difficult to do and do well and to make money on. And to do it in this function does not work. And this is where I really saw people really get irritated with her. And I want to say it was the Kylie Rodney case that really threw people over the edge, because I think there was something with the mother, and the mother, I believe the mother said, please stop talking about my daughter, something in that range. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind that, because I really wasn't following back then. And it sent the community in an uproar from what I was reading around and seeing. And look, like, what's going on? Enough. Saturday Night Live, Friday Night Live, enough already. I mean, how you throw those in and then you want to throw in here latest breaking cases? Why does this keep happening? And our cases are more okay, like there's a true crime stream, but you have it mixed in with a birthday stream. Oh, it is Haro. I got it right. So things of this nature, like having pictures of no. This is where people have issues. That's a no for me, and that's where she's struggling. So let me just stop sharing this, and then we're gonna go to Katie Joy really quick. Now, Katie Joy, on the other hand, with all crystal ball, 445,000 subscribers. Now, To give you guys some context, when I found Katie, I think she had just broken 130,000 subscribers. All right. Now we're gonna scroll down. Katie does very well for herself. Her work ethic is phenomenal. I will never take that away from her. She mostly does stuff about cults, lawsuits, the sister wives. On one of my other channels, we do talk about sister wives, and for me, sister wives is Katie Joy season for me because I do like to hear what she has to say because she does do um, investigative reporting in quotations. So I like to hear what she has to say, just for a different point of view. Katie normally does videos, so let me just go through here really quick. All right, so you see how her channel set up. Thumbnails are on point, which is what YouTube's want. Her, the content is on brand for her. This is what she does. You know, so you can just see the stark difference here. People have issues with both their content for different reasons. And this is not the fact that Katie's isn't well done, it's the fact that she likes to involve herself into the story, which gets her in trouble. Or it used to. So we'll stop that. All right. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing some of your stuff. Market is flooded. All right. I'm not calling BJ True Crime. BJ True Crime. She's a discussion channel at this point. You know what? I could go with that. Community T. Let's see. There has been an anti-MFW, anti-MGL, anti-KJ. List goes on and on. But you're not going after BJ. The person they were originally targeting is no longer target worthy. Agreed. Like, honestly, let's call it thing. BJ is a hot topic right now, so she's money. She's the money right now. What you understand? Did you used to have a wizard avatar trying to play? Okay, so yes, my personal account when I first came on YouTube was a dark magician, and he was a magician from Yu-Gi-Oh. For those who know who Yu-Gi-Oh, you know the dark magician. All right. So then when I wanted to start this channel, it was something else, and this channel has evolved in name and branding over the years because I've grown as a creator. I've grown overall as commentary, how I do my thumbnails, just as a creator overall. So yes, the first change I made was to the Magician's Manor. He was a magician, so yes, that's me. And now, a couple rebrandings later, I've settled on Jamal Unleashed. Hi, I'm Jamal. Nice to meet you. Clue outdoes the BA views and money. I've noticed that. And you know what it is, Stinson, and I want your thoughts on this since you've been around for a minute. Do you think it's because Clue actually shows herself on camera and is more engaging and has the OBS animations and overall is more entertaining because you can see her and you can see her face, the expression, stuff like that? I'm just curious. Oh yes, Playboard. I've seen it. QEDT. I've seen real Crew channel. BJ's channel is not true crime. Yes, she has a discussion on it, but they're merely speculation and discussion. I can go with that. Yes. Stanton, never. Absolutely not. Oh, thanks for confirming, Lindsay. Thank you. Like I said, I was in on that story, so I really didn't have all the details. It's flooded. Tripper never cared for Brittney's channel style, even when she covered TC, but she could make some changes. Tripper, I'll be honest. Brittney has the personality, the softness, the southern accent to draw people in. The issue on her end, which is opposite from Katie's end, this is why I want to have this discussion. Brittney has the personality. Katie does not. But Brittney does not have the content to back up the personality, in my opinion, whereas Katie's content carries her because it's actually very well done and she's very consistent. That's why. They said for someone so rich, Clue sure is making bank off Brittney. Mocking, exactly. This is what most of the people. This is where the detraction started. Actually, the fact that she was mixing in drama with her true crime. Brittney has her opinions channel. Do your drama and your fun and all the BS over there. Do never. I would never bring in drama and birthday stuff where I have thumbnails of missing children. It just feels wrong. Tebow, oops, excuse me. Tebow says, I don't view it as true crime, but most critics are not true crimes themselves. Okay. Thank you, Stinson. Lacey, but not enough to turn on auto pay for the light bill. And none of them are true crime at this point. Agreed. Downtime, sleeping, crave rambling back. It's disrespect. Yeah, mocking. We about to get to that too. Oh, Stinson. We gonna get to that too. Oof. Baby, don't she though? All TOC shows. Stinson, you do? Okay, I need to like definitely turn on my notifications because we cover Sister Wives on me and my friends, reality TV channel, and they've been a good. Christine and Janelle have been carrying the last couple seasons, but the self-style victim cashing in, the objectors cashing in as a byproduct, yes, and now you're cashing in on it too. What's the difference? Hi, Happy Valley Alley. Okay, I can answer that. So number one, my channel is not monetized. My last time I checked, I was like 970 subs. I don't get super chats. I don't get super things. None of that. As you can see on my channel, I do not have my pay link scrolling. I don't believe in that. That's just for me. So how am I cashing in? I'm just want to know. Amy Lynn, Katie is not bad if you like Sister Wives and cult type content. She's not bad at all. Stanson, yes, they do. That's what YouTube tells you to do, and it says to make it so people, when the thumbnail appears on your homepage, they know it's you. So yeah, agreed. I think it's a live stream to create drama. True. I listen to all the true crime podcasts before I come to Kingdom by T, and the only drama is plagiarism. True. Yes, community team. Oof, that was horrible. LA, her Blake versus Justin is phenomenal. It's her best work to date. And I could say that as someone who's not a particular Katie Joy fan. Mocking, um, does this person still exist? Cynthia says BJ is special. Community Tay, LA community, wasn't Blake Swing KJ. I've heard, from what I heard, she tried. Yes, so okay, agreed. True, agreed. The BJ someone will run her panel. Well, uh, thanks, Amy. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, Willow Blossom. Good to see you. Oh wow, thanks. So I didn't know. I didn't know. Thank you all for being here and are open to 1.4. Really? I haven't looked. I just really wanted to come on here, get my feedback into um, live streaming, having these conversations, stuff like that. I used to have my first time on my channel was actually a panel channel to talk about YouTube stuff. So thanks everyone. 6 of I really enjoyed your stream with Perplex Laura about addiction, because my uncle, he was my favorite uncle. He was an addict as well. He's no longer with us. He passed some years ago. So to hear you guys speak on it from an addict perspective really kind of opened my eyes a little bit. So I appreciate that. A balanced approach. Yeah, I'm more of a balanced channel. That's just me. Oh, thank you. Like some people don't like balance. I've always been a balanced because I started off in the reality TV blogger sphere of YouTube, and I wandered over into the anti KJs because at the beginning I thought KJ was being unfairly treated. And then at the time, I saw what she was doing to the people, so I'm like, oof, maybe it's kind of well deserved, but not so much. And I feel the same thing with Brittney, but Brittney's case is a little different, and we're gonna get to that. Monetization is kind of controversial, isn't it? I don't mind giving the equivalent of a tip to support a channel like Tripper. When you say controversial, can you give me a little more context, please? Because monetization is something YouTube offers. So I just want to know what's controversial so I can have a better feel of where you're coming from. LA says Jamal, that's all I've seen on KJ. You're right. No person, I've only seen pre-recorded vids. BJ does live, and she used to be funny as her, and not now. True. Oh, thank you. I'm open to hearing out anyone who can articulate their points and has a point to drive home, and either based on their education, knowledge, or experience. So I'm always open. Hey, just another troll. Good to see you as always. Thanks for being here. Oh, thank you, Sinrisa. Is it Sinrisa or Sinrisa? Welcome, Tangeray. Michelle. Okay, let me try to catch up. Okay, now I'm caught up. Thank you guys for your patience. Tripper, controversial as in I hear so many opinions on it. What's acceptable, what is not, who should, who shouldn't. For me, now monetization like super chats and memberships, to me, that's something YouTube offers as part of the partner program. I'm fine. I think where it gets really touchy, and I've seen this other discussions that with true crime, specifically when it's talking about children and children who are deceased and murders. Oh, sorry everyone. So trigger warning. My the way I do my channels, I don't censor the words. And the reason I don't censor words outside of hate speech is because when you're talking about certain subjects, I feel saying things when someone's killed. I think saying unalive, it takes away the impact, and you never know who's watching. So if I were a true crime channel and I said someone was unalive and that person's family happened to come across my live or my video and they come at me like, no, they weren't unalive, they were killed, I don't want to water down the words when they're appropriate. I'll put it that way. So that's just a overall warning, and I'll make sure to place that on my channel later on this evening when I get off work. But I do not censor words outside of hate speech, and I hope people understand why I don't do that. I hope they understand, like, this is a place of speak your mind, tell your truth, but do it respectfully. So let's see. Exactly. Well, I try to. True crime traumatizing the way she treats the victim's family. I'll never forget how she treated Kylie Rodney's mom and friends. She thinks she deserves less than she does to victims' families. Exploitation, I get that 100%. However, podcasts are sponsored and store TV shows and news station. Yes. I don't like those stupid words either. We're all adults. Thank you. Even if I do get monetized eventually, my channel will still remain the same. I'm not going to censor myself and censor other people with the words that should be used because YouTube doesn't like them. At the end of the day, again, soup, perfect. We're all adults. And let's be clear, let's be honest. Before YouTube, we use these words in day-to-day life as well. So I don't see why there should be a difference. All right, let me get back into the talking points. All right, this is my first overall talking point here. And like I said, this is not to be rude or mean. This is just simple critique based on what I've seen. Now, content. Now, with Katie Joy, the issues with her content prior to current days was she was way too involved. She would have to be in. She had to be in the story, a part of the story, and all the things that which got her in trouble. Now let's be. Does anybody remember the Tati Westbrook days? Let me tell you, when I say that lawsuit kept some of us who were over there and probably outsiders like glued to their seats every day to see what kind of the BS she was going to pull or say. I was like, Katie, stop talking. Don't do that. Oh, because she had us set. And let me tell you, Tati, I'm sure, I'm sure the Tati Westbrook case was paying a whole lot of mortgages. I mean, Katie Joy had so many channels covering her, and it was wild. It was wild between, and with Katie, here's the thing with Katie, it was not just YouTube. You had the YouTube, you had the Facebook groups, you had the Twitter, and you had the IG. Now, for the old school people who know KJ, do y'all remember the wine Wednesdays on IG? That kind of thing. KJ was a multi-platform creator. People were sniping her IG lives. They were going on holding Twitter spaces. She was so involved. And the thing is, though, with Katie, she was dug in her heels so far to where she almost lost everything. And we were sitting on her seats like, oh my goodness, if this goes through, this could be a shit show. I mean, does anybody remember her secondary channel? Katie Joy Live. Katie Joy Live used to be her live channel. And the reason why she no longer has that channel is because of that said lawsuit. Let me go back up here. Oh, Victoria Katie is without Crystal Ball. She covers TLC shows like Sister Wives, and mostly for her. It's mostly Sister Wives because she's very into cults and dismantling cults. Just to give you a quick synopsis. Oh, Community, you know. If she Willow Bottom says she wants to dissect families who never put their lives out publicly before the kids go missing. Why does she expect more from people reviewing what she puts out as a public figure? And that's a fair question. Casey Soup, sorry I missed your live. I lost my last family member. I am so sorry. Casey, make sure take care of yourself and make sure you have. I hope you have a secondary support system around you. I really do. The same way, the same exact way BJ is getting treated. We've seen how many KJ community. I agree with you, but there is a fundamental difference, and I think I'm going to get there in a moment. The only time I've seen KJ was when she was with MGL, NJ for Hot Minute on McCray. She's giving TLC updates on the pod. I listened to her a few times. That's all I know about her. Dog Crystal Ball, yes. Yes, it is. She's she's an asshole. Whew. Well, yep. Okay, so I was already in the anti by the time EDB was about. Okay, you were already there, so you remember like the other issues that came about in that drama that we don't talk about because we don't want that person appearing. It's fair to say they're going to judge BJ based on what BJ allows, but what isn't fair is to continue to correct. But community, I'm gonna say this, and I said this in a video of mine, that BJ's kind of like that catch-22 because she does go live for hours and she goes live like every day, like 2, sometimes 3 times a day. So you just say 2 times a day, one each channel, right? That's literally 14 opportunities for people to come at her. And then when she engages, which is another issue she has, it just opens the door to much more. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad. Hey, Hilly the Crowbar, thanks for being here or just stopping by. Yes, every single day. And six up, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the girl world, like someone like Chantal or Amber Lynn. That's kind of how their community works in a degree to some aspect because they upload every day, and it gives that's just another opportunity for their detractors to talk about them every day. Well, Tebow, well, when there's no research done, and yeah, that's another issue. Welcome, Ebony. All right, now down to BJ as far as content goes. Brittney J, look, with her content, the biggest issue I see with people saying, and I agree with them, is that it's lazy. There's no real research. There's no plan for the discussion. When I ran my panel, just to give you an example, I would always have talking points written down to keep the conversation moving because I kind of like my streams to be no longer than 90 minutes. That's just a me thing, particularly since I work during the day. So I try to keep it to where people it's watchable. I'll put it that way. And with BJ, I would see. Sorry, Brittany J. Sorry, Brittany J. There's just no research, no real talking points, no structure. And I think if Brittany really focused on that and really having a plan for her shows, I think they would go a lot better. Plus the research. All right, moving on. The next part, the issue people have was not Brittany, Katie Joy's content is niche, so it's not for everybody. So people will complain about that. Uh, with Brittany, people say it's not interesting. I will say people think it's not interesting because there's no format, there's no real conversation. It's like she'll play videos from like maybe the news stations or things of that nature. My suggestion to Brittany, because I don't think Brittany's a bad person. This is one of the tips I will give her. Brittany, if you're going to play news stations, do not play the whole video. You need to download the video or screen record it, take it into an editing, edit the video down to the key talking points, then upload the clips to your StreamYard. That way you can talk about you could give your talking points before the clip, let the clip play, maybe take some other notes, and then once the clip is done, you and your panel guests can discuss the clip. But playing just a straight up random video for the whole stream of the video does not work, and people aren't going for that. It's like, why are people even coming here? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Her panel gives you do most of the work. That's my own opinion. Now she's like an interesting panel guest again. My opinion, Lily, I don't disagree with you. Was that every live stream gets trolls and haters, grifters engage and make it content, and that's fine. But expect people to question why they don't ignore it. Many streamers do that. Tebow says the way fair use supposed to be done. Yeah, I'm always down to like help people where I can. If I see something, like, hey, you might want to go about this way. And again, she's a mom. She's a work. I say it like this: she's a self-employed working mom, and to spend like 8 to 10 hours per day between two channels, it's a lot. It's a lot. Sin says, if I have too old on for too long over, I'm out. I also hate long intro. Oh, the 18-minute intro. Yeah. I like my YouTubers to get into it, hold people's attention. Agreed. Be to you. You're asking way too much for her. Her successful streams were produced by others. That's what I've been hearing. All right. And then between the both of them, the misinformation. There with Katie, she used to just throw misinformation without doing full on I guess deep dives research. I think she does a lot better now. She's learned her lesson. She's really grown, and I'm not going to take that away from her. She's not my favorite, but she's really grown. Brittney, on the other hand, since either A, Brittney does no research, or B, it's her mods or subscribers doing the research. Them just sending you things really doesn't work if you're not going back and verifying said information. That's what leads to misinformation. Always, you could trust your people. I'm not saying don't, but you need to verify. Trust, but verify. All right, moving on. And we touched on the lawsuits briefly with Katie, since we talked about Katie Joy. The difference between these two in this aspect is, you know, Katie Joy was sued on both occasions. The big ones, Tiny Westbrook and 7M, where Brittney J voluntarily entered lawsuits. Now, the sticking point with this one is the RICO. Brittney chose to join that, and I really feel that was what sent everything over the edge. Brittney had her detractors already. Let's be clear. The RICO really sent it over the edge. And in my opinion, it not only the fact that she joined the injunction, it's the fact that she had a chance not to be involved in it. Even her own people told her in the chats, Brittney, this is not a good look. Do not do it. Do not get involved in this. It's not good for you. Please don't do it. We don't think it's a good idea. And if I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she said on the stream that she wasn't sure if she should join it or not. But then she wound up signing on to it. I don't really think she read it completely. That because if she had read that or at least taken it to her lawyer to read and go over it with her, I don't think she would have went along with it. Because I was listening to people going on the filings. I'm like, you put your name on this? Are you serious? I'm like, this is not good. So I think it's the fact that she went along with it, and then it backfired her on her tremendously, was really where it all came to head. I really, really do. And Brittney, I hope in the future you really look at these things from a broader scope and actually get legal advice before you enter anything legal. Now, this latest lawsuit that she's going through is a personal lawsuit, not a group lawsuit. So she says she has her lawyer. She's made two payments of $2,000 each for a total of $4K. And she's been saying for a while that things are coming, X, Y, Z. I'm like, okay, I don't know if she has a lawyer or not. I really don't. I haven't seen like quote unquote proof of the lawyer, but doesn't say she doesn't have one. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But who knows? So that's that portion. And my last talking point, and I'll let you guys go, is the problematic partners. And this one is the latest issue with Brittney. Now, Katie Joy's husband is Todd, and I do want to send prayers out to him and her family because he's going through a health issue. So, I hope he gets better soon. Prayers to the family. Now with Todd, I will say this with Todd. Todd watched their child while Katie was working. Katie could not do what she does without Todd, and she has said this on multiple occasions. He watches their child. He takes care of them. Todd was even helping out Katie with her channel at one point. I think he actually did her intro, if I recall. And he would make sure whatever was needed in her studio, he fixed it. He took care of it. Todd really is a supportive partner. Did he have his missteps? Absolutely. With certain books he would promote, his music, things of that nature. But in my opinion, he never did anything that was really detrimental to Kitty. And if it was, the times I did see him act out, which I really didn't agree with, was when he would jump on her screen and defend her. And he's going to defend his wife, and I respect that. He wasn't going to let anyone like bully her, uh, be rude to her, nothing of that nature. So I do respect that. I really do. But he's nowhere near, in my opinion, like Craig. Now I might spend a few minutes more on Craig because what I have seen over the last couple of weeks has been absolutely ridiculous. I this okay, Brittney, this is your partner. This is the person who's supposed to be there for you, to help you, to motivate you. As I said, Brittney is, from what we understand, is the sole income for that household. And that income is based off of her YouTube channels. This man rambles, gets drunk, calls her a bitch, insults her, dimes her out. And to me, from what I've seen, it's not helpful to Brittney. He does not uplift Brittney. And Brittney, this is what people's problem is. It's all of the things that we can see. It's not like somebody bugged your house and we're spying on you. No, this stuff is on your platforms. And no matter how you hide them, delete them, private them, people already have them screen recorded and downloaded. There's no getting around this. This man needs his he needs to stay on his TikTok and not be in your business. And I say business because this is how you make your money. Again, you are the sole income. And when in her apology stream, I use that kind of loosely, but when she said what her day was like, getting up at 5:30, getting the kids ready, taking the kids to school, going to parent teacher conferences, going to eye doctor appointments, coming home, picking them up, fixing them dinner, getting them to bed. And when she said like and then streaming in between, like, and she said she didn't get to bed till like 3:30. I'm like, huh? And I am looking at it like this, ma'am, what does he do? What does he do? I am so sorry. I understand the family dynamics. Like, people do what's best for their household. Like with Katie, Todd takes care of this child. He does a thing Katie can't do while she's working. Brittney, you're working and doing all of this. What does he do? What does he do? And I am not here to shame anybody for not having a job, nothing like that. Because I know some families where the husband does stay home, because if he went to work, basically his paycheck would go to, childcare, which is ridiculous. But I'll be damned. And I will say this: in these type of things, I'm very kind of old school. I know it's antiquated. I really, really do. But I feel if the man is able-bodied, cognizant, there has no like physical limitations or like extreme mental limitations, they should work. They should work. And as a man, if I am going to stay home and we have children and my wife is, working hard, working, it's my duty to support her. And the best way I can support her is to make sure, when she's streaming, I would be like, Brittney, how long are you streaming? 2 hours? Okay. For those 2 hours, I'm going to take the kids to a park, maybe take the kids to the park for maybe an hour. We come back, fix them like a nice little snack, and then hopefully they're tuckered out so they'll sleep. Make it easy for Brittney to do her job. That's all I'm saying. Because overall, Brittney's not a bad person. I can hear the exhaustion, and when she said the things she had to say, I was like, I get it. I really, really do get it. But again, Brittney, even after the whole gun situation, right? Brittney has chose to let him still be in the background. She chooses to allow him to be in her business. So for her, she's actively making these choices. And when I took a step back and put all of that into context, I can't feel bad for her. Do I want her channel to succeed? I do, for her family. They have um they have a family and children to raise. Sorry, I'm missing your comments, but I'm seeing them. My apologies. But I do want to highlight. Where is it? Where's six up? Where are you at? Six of me. I don't think she's a good person. I disagree. I understand why. I do, but for me, I try to see the good. She's done a lot wrong, but nothing egregious. But Brittney, you have to take accountability for these things. If you are, oh yes, she. You know what? You're right. She did have full time care, but Craig was there to support her though. So I'm gonna give him that. But you're absolutely correct. I did forget that. My apologies. Landry says, I feel there's more to it than Craig just doesn't want to work. I don't know for sure he doesn't. That is one thing Brittany must have never talked about to Miles because those messages would have been out. I think that's possible, but from what I understand, he doesn't work. That's because Brittany has said she's just in the past though, but Brittany has said like she's the sole income for her household. She's literally said on stream like, the super chats, the memberships, those keep her lights on. Those pay her bills. So I have to go with what she's saying until she says otherwise. BT says she won't leave. She has housing as long as she's with him and she can control him around the kids. If they split, he gets admin visitation where she can't monitor and she has to provide all expenses. True. Sin Risa says, but if we are good people, we want good for others. And kids are my soft spot. I admit that. Yes, he has. But when he throws his tantrums, he's typically fed up with something or someone coming at Katie has pissed him off. It's not like Craig being on every single stream. That's the core difference for me. Beacher's backyard says Narcotin says I got suspicions when Craig was working on the well outside. Couple relationships are quite complex and can't be judged unless you know the people. Tebow, I agree with you, which is why I always felt that if you have, unless it's a couples channel, you kind of keep that offline. I'm not a fan of partners becoming part of someone's content because once you put it out on the platform, like people will critique it, especially if you have an anti-community, and especially if you have a multitude of detractors. So that's my thing. So I am judging to a degree because I'm going by what I see. Sorry, and part of the issue with her channel right now is Craig, unfortunately. Yes, and this has been a long-standing thing with YouTube, Stinson. It's open to being critiqued once they put it out. Absolutely, absolutely. So everyone, you know what? It's about an hour. I've covered all of my talking points. Does anyone have any questions? Or better yet, do you guys have any other communities that you'd like to hear about? I'm thinking about like taking a dip into Girl World and the mess with Chantal. I might do a video on that. I don't know. But I'm going to keep this on for a little bit while I set up my, Netflix's Buy Me Music to take us out. And that will be it. And again, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys showing up and being a part of this conversation. And, I look forward to having more conversations in the future. And, oh, let me do this. To be fair, all those anti-BJ started way after the Rodney case. You know, Ash, the way I took it was this. there were BJ already had her detractors with the Kylie Riley case. I think it was the RICO injunction thing that kind of pushed everything over the edge. That's just my opinion. I really can't pinpoint a timeline, but based on what I've seen and what I know, that's where I think it really just, yeah, went over the edge. Actually, timeline brings one thing, but calling the cops, yeah, agreed. CPS should never be weaponized. I hope we cannot do that. I hope, I really hope CPS is no longer involved. I just really hope. I agree with you, Ash. I agree with you. Shirley says, I feel like Brittney is punking us. I, I would hate to think that. I hope not. I really hope not. Ash says, yeah, I agree with that, but I mean the super, yeah. The super crazy stuff, Ash, agreed. The super, like, really, like, this off the wall type stuff, oof, agreed. Community T says, and the creator should have never got involved with Sebastian's parents. Yes, I think parents should never not be involved on the YouTube streets because it just always goes bad. There was multiple creators who thought think Kylie didn't drive into that lake. Senrisa says, but her own people did that. I don't agree with calling on people. Did y'all hear the dispatch call to the cops today regarding the cat? Someone legit called and said he threatened the cat. I mean, seriously, people. I know they did like a reenactment on Nanya's channel with these like Nanya was playing like she was calling again. That's all I've heard. But if someone really called and like y'all really, to me, that's just doing it for content at this point. I really feel like, yeah, no, absolutely not. Can we not? Can we stop finding excuses to go at somebody? Can we just stick it to facts? There's sometimes you have to like use some discernment and say like, okay, there's no way this person can mean this. I'm just going to ignore it. You can. There's some things you can't ignore. And the other calls were also not from people. They would love you to think that one of the many lies being fed. Wow. And this is why I say, make sure you watch everywhere. Do as best you can to be have an open mind and hear what people are saying, and decide for yourself. Don't just be so stuck in your point of view to where you're closed up to others. That being said, everyone, again, I really appreciate you guys showing up for my first stream back in like a year. I hope you'll come back in the future. I'm hoping to stream once a week, but I'll be definitely putting out like videos and stuff like that. But again, you guys have been, this is more than I expected. I really appreciate you all being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the YouTube streets. Bye.
You're rising, insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in the brain like me. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little vice in. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain, 19. If you want to taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you want to hate bitch, you know where to find me. If you go for hate bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little vice in. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate bitch, you know where to find me. If you're going atheist, you can fucking bite me.